So, hello everyone. This is Sahil from QuickNode. I am a developer evangelist working on the developer relations team of QuickNode. And welcome everyone who has participated and is joining from Magic Eden's Magic Hackathon, focusing on creators monetization. So today I will be talking about QuickNode, how QuickNode is helping the Web3 ecosystem, and creators, specifically how QuickNode is helping creators leverage their skills. And then I will be talking briefly about royalties, and then I will be talking briefly about the NFT API, which we have. And then I will be demoing a short app which will give you a brief idea about how you can make your own apps using QuickNode as a provider or as a service provider. So without any ado, let's get started. So let me quickly share my screen, and yeah. So as you already saw, that the slide says QuickNode making the Web3 ecosystem fire. So we say this because we, as a platform for Web3 developers or users, we provide a bunch of services and products which users can use to make their own decentralized applications or dApps. So if you want to talk more about it, then the RPC is the core API which we provide. And now you may ask that what an RPC is. So an RPC is nothing but a remote procedure call to a blockchain, and that goes via a node. So the thing is that if you wanted to do anything on blockchain, to get data from blockchain or to get data on blockchain, you need access to a blockchain node of that particular blockchain. So let's say that you want to develop something on Solana, then you'll have to get access to a Solana node. And to run your own Solana node, it it's not impossible, but it's not practical. It's highly impractical and highly tedious process, because the thing is that you'll have to first get access or first get hold of really high scale and high grade hardware, and then you'll have to sync the entire blockchain on that hardware using the node client for Solana, which is Solana validator. And then even if you are able to sync the entire blockchain on the node, which is your hardware, you'll have to continuously maintain that node, because since these chains are moving continuously, the new blocks are getting added to the chains continuously. You'll have to maintain these nodes. You'll have to look after them, because a lot of time what happens is the hardware which are running these nodes are not able to keep up with the pace or the speed of these chains. Since these chains are so fast, since the amount of data stream which is coming on these hardwares so fast, a lot of times these hardwares are not able to keep up with the speed of the chain. So the thing is, what happens on QuickNode is, whenever you sign up on the QuickNode platform for an RPC service or node, you don't have to wait for your node to get synced. You get access to a fully synced node within few clicks. As soon as you make an account and sign up for a node, you get access to a fully synced node right away. And that's not just limited to Solana, because I talked about Solana. So that's not just limited to Solana. We support more than 15 chains. We are multi-chain. And if I want to talk about like numbers and the products which we offer, the number is like 70 billion plus of Solana responses. And mind it, this is just Solana responses. The cumulative number of all the different chains which we provide or which we support is going to be much higher. But right now, I'm just talking about Solana since it's the biggest chain, like one of the biggest chain on our platform. And then if we talk about products, I have already talked about the RPC product or the node product which we offer, but the other products are NFT API, token API, and then there's marketplace. And if you check the list, I have also added full archive nodes. That's because that's a value addition to a node or to a RPC provider, because a lot of RPC providers does not provide you with the archival data since it's such a huge amount of data. So the thing is, once you sync the entire chain on your hardware and get your node running, you have an option to keep the archival data, or you can also run your node as a pruned full node so that it will only run the copy of blockchain for particular number of blocks, not the entire blockchain since the genesis, but we have that data, which is the archival data, so that you can get the customers of QuickNode or the users of QuickNode can get access to all that data right up till the genesis block. And then if we talk about NFT API, which we are going to talk about in more depth, and we are also going to see a demo on that. Once again, I'm checking the comment. Oh, okay, you have echo. All right. So, okay, let me try to change some audio settings. All right. So token API. Then after NFT API, then there's token API. NFT API, we are going to talk about more in depth. And for token API, we have a token API for Ethereum mainnet, using which you can get data for all the ERC20 tokens just in one method call. So the thing is that if you wanted to get data for a particular wallet's tokens, for example, if you wanted to get balance for a particular ERC20 token for a wallet, you'll have to query that wallet's contract address for the balance of method. And then you'll have to do that same process again and again for all the tokens. So we have created an API for you. So using which you can get all these token data just using one method call. And that's the token API. And along with that, we have like 3 to 4 other methods as well, using which you can get data for that particular smart contract, token smart contract, as well as all the transaction history for that token contracts, smart contracts, stuff like that. And then if we want to talk about marketplace, so we've recently launched a marketplace where the different API providers or different data providers of the Web3 space can host their APIs, and those APIs will be using the QuickNode RPC as the base layer, and then the QuickNode users will be able to use these APIs along with the QuickNode RPCs. I will be showing a demo, like not a demo, but the website for the marketplace as well. And now let's talk about the customers or the apps which are using QuickNode. So as you can see, like Chainlink, OpenSea, Dune Analytics, Magic Eden, Phantom, Adobe, Nansen, Chingari, these are like few of the biggest players in the Web3 space who are using QuickNode at this moment. And there are a lot of them, but these are just a few of the biggest ones. And now if you want to talk about the architecture of the QuickNode's RPC product or the QuickNode's node product, how does that work? How does QuickNode provide the low latency or the faster speeds which we offered, how does that work? So the thing is that on the very high level, there's this API like RPC API, where you get access to HTTP as well as WebSocket endpoints. And those are the endpoints which you can use in your app, your code, to get access to those blockchains, which is this part, QuickNode flagship RPC API product. And below that, there are automatic routing, load balancing, and stuff like that. So what happens is a lot of times, if a server or a node is hosted in a far away region, let's say if you are calling or if you are accessing the blockchain from East Coast of United States, and let's say the node is hosted in somewhere in Europe. So the thing is that your request will go via a lot of different providers, or there will be a lot of IP hops. So because of that, the latency will increase, the speed will decrease, and because of that, you can get inconsistent data a lot of times. I mean, not inconsistent, but the data might change until you get the response. So the thing is, blockchains are really fast. So it is very essential to get the right data at the right time. So that's why we have these automated routing and load balancing layers on top of our RPC APIs. So what these do is, so our automated routing will fetch your IP address, and based on your IP address's location, it will automatically do the DNS routing and connect you with our nearest locations. We have around 25,000 plus endpoints located all around the globe to serve each and every user throughout the globe. And then there's also load balancing. As I mentioned, that if you're calling from a particular region, a lot of times it can happen is, even after you getting connected to the closest region, the region, that particular region might be overwhelmed due to some big launch or due to some big drop going on during that time. So what can happen is, this load balancing layer or this load balancing API will route your request to the secondary facility of that particular region, so that it makes sure that your request is always served. And then these requests goes to the actual nodes, the nodes which are hosted on bare metal providers or cloud providers, and then they come back to you. And now let's talk about NFT API, because since it's a creator hackathon, we have to talk about NFT API. So as I mentioned about the token API, the NFT data is kind of similar as well. If you wanted to get data about a particular NFT collection, you'll have to query that NFT collection's smart contract. And you might think that, yeah, that's fine. I mean, if I wanted to get data for a particular NFT collection, I'll just write a short script and query that for that particular NFT collection. But what if you wanted to get data for more than one NFT collection? Because in today's time, like a lot of us hold more than one NFTs, obviously from different collections, right? So what if you wanted to build an application which requires data from multiple NFT collections and for multiple wallets? In that scenario, you'll have to write a lot of scripts, like lot of same redundant scripts to query same data, but for different NFT collections. So what happens in these scenarios is that the maintenance or the time you give to develop a particular functionality increases, the time you need to maintain these codes increases, and you are just doing same thing again and again, but for different collections, right? So instead, you can use the QuickNode's NFT API, using which you can get all the NFTs for a particular wallet with just one method call. As you can see over here, this is the method's name, QuickNode fetch NFTs. And then the wallet address is passed as a parameter. What this will give you in return is all the NFTs that but this particular wallet address is holding, along with all the metadata of all the NFTs that particular wallet address is holding, along with the transfer history of all the NFTs. So right now, the NFT API is available on Solana mainnet, testnet, devnet, as well as Ethereum mainnet. And now let me give you a short demo, not even a demo, but introduction to the NFT API and what are the methods available for the NFT API. So as you can see over here, this is QN fetch NFTs. And this is available for Solana as well as Ethereum. You can see it over here as well. And you just have to pass the wallet address as the parameter. And in return, you get all the NFTs along with their metadata, which is owner name, collection ID, image URL, which is very essential if you are building an NFT app because you need that URL to display the actual assets of those NFTs. And then to and from, which is like the transfer histories. And then for Solana, we have other one specific method, fetch NFTs by creators, which I'll be talking about in some time. But for Ethereum specifically, we have other methods as well, which is fetch NFT collection details. So you can get particular NFT collections details, QN fetch NFTs by collection. So you can get NFTs by a particular collection. Then you can get NFT transfers, and then you can verify NFT owners. These are called limited to Ethereum. And if we talk about Solana, we have fetch NFTs, which we already talked about. It will give you all the NFTs for a particular wallet address. And we also have for Solana fetch NFTs by creator. So you can get all the NFTs by by querying the creator's address. So you just have to supply the creator's wallet address as the parameter, and then in return, you'll get all the NFTs along with their metadata. So that was for NFT API. And since this is a creator-focused hackathon, um, let's talk about royalties, right? So there has been like some debates, some biases around NFT royalties in the recent time after the market conditions changed. So the thing is, let's talk about royalties in general from the beginning, right? Before Web3, how it was and how it is now. So before Web3, for around almost 2 decades, royalties were very low or not even existed for a lot of creators, right? Because any artwork was kind of very difficult to track on our day-to-day internet because anyone could have downloaded any images. There were very uh, low to no intellectual property copyrights, and the thing is that the person or the group who suffered in these scenarios were the creators. So what happened with Web3 is that it gave creators a choice to sell their artworks or sell their creations with a profit or with royalties, which was not possible before Web3 because, in previous times, if you created a painting or if you created an artwork, you sold it. And after that, the person who was the buyer becomes the owner, and you don't have any intellectual property rights or copyrights to that particular artwork or creation because the other person has become the owner of it now. And whenever the other person who bought it from you sells it to someone else, you won't get any royalties because, yeah, that's embarrassing. Because the thing is that there were very low to no trackability, but that changed with Web3 because you could have tokenized with Web3, you get to tokenize your artwork, your creation. And then what happens is you can tokenize your artwork and you can save it on blockchain, the metadata of the artwork. And what happens is you can also specify the amount of royalty which you can get with each and every sale or resale of your NFT. But the thing is that it's a very common misconception that you can programmatically program this in a smart contract that whenever your NFT is resold or resell, that whenever there is a resale of your NFT, you will get the royalties, and it's programmatically done in smart contracts. But this entirely depends on the marketplaces which we sell or buy these NFTs on, right? So the thing is that marketplaces have been, and a lot of marketplaces still respect these numbers or respect these percentages which creators demand for the royalties for their NFTs. But what has happened after the recent changes in the market, or after these recent like bears have come, and after this recent downfall of the market, that a lot of the platforms, a lot of these marketplaces have adopted a new model, which is like a lot of people are calling it zero royalties model, to benefit buyers, to benefit collectors, to benefit adoption of this NFTs, so that more and more people can buy these NFTs, more and more people can get into the space. And that's how these platforms can benefit as well. But the thing is that there is a bias, and the groups are divided into two groups. That there's one group that thinks that this is really unfair to creators because creators are getting very less to no royalties because of this new model. And there's another group which is saying that this is good for the adoption of the space. This is good for collectors. This is good for getting new people onboarded to the space, because they'll have to eventually spend less because they are not paying any royalties, right? But if we talk about creators, if we talk from creators' perspective, it's not fair to them because they need to get royalties, right? It's their work, and that's their main source. And for a lot of creators, for a lot of individual or small creators, that's their main source of income, and main source of income to get them going for the community management for that NFT collection or for that NFT community, and or for creating new collections or for creating new artworks, right? So we, QuickNode as a company, helps or provides you with the services which we provide these big exchanges as well. So the thing is that you as an individual collector or you as an individual collective gets the same services, gets access to the same infrastructure, same products which these big NFT collections are using. So now I'll give you a short demo of how you yourself can make NFT applications so that you don't have to depend on any other platform. So who can like exploit royalties, who can exploit any fees or stuff like that. So I've created a small app. This is how the code looks like. Let me, okay, let me just zoom it a bit so that it's visible to everyone. Oh, I think I'm just sharing the Chrome tab. 1 second. Sorry, guys. All right. So this is how the code looks like. I think it's still not very clear because it's all right. So this is how the code looks like. I've just imported the QuickNode URL over here. This is how the QuickNode API base level API looks like. This is the endpoint or the RPC which I was talking about. This is the HTTPS RPC. And over here, I have supplied the wallet address in this like variable. This is just a random wallet address I picked up. And please do not copy or try to copy this URL because obviously this won't work after the workshop or the demo is done. And then this is the sweet part. This is the method from QuickNode's NFT API, which you can use to get all the NFTs this particular wallet address is holding, along with the transfer history of all the NFTs. So if I run this app, let me open the Chrome window and all right. So let me refresh this because this was from earlier. So once the app is done refreshing, the API should throw all the NFTs along with their transfer history, which I have been talking about since the beginning. You guys must be bored from it, but yeah, this is the data. This is the raw data which you get from the NFT API from QuickNode. So as you can see, the name of the NFT, which is Bombell, collection name, token address, along with contract details, collection details, and image URL, which is very essential if you are building a NFT app, and trades, trade type, chain, obviously solve, then creators. These are the creator addresses. And these like hashes, a lot of hashes, which you are seeing over here, are the transfer history for this particular NFT. And now you may think that what this raw data can be of any use for anyone, right? But that's not true. Over here, we have just displayed the raw data, but as you can see, you get a lot of metadata. So using this raw data, you can make your own NFT applications, which I have done over here. I'm just commenting out the other part so that we can use this part. So over here, I am doing the same stuff until here, but after that, I am trying to display the NFT metadata, which we are getting from the NFT API. So over here, as you can see, I am getting the NFT image URL, description, name, again, description, and then I'm just making like small boxes so that this data is visible on a browser window. If I stop this process again, let me make sure I have saved this. And let me, okay, someone said that I need to make the font bigger. Just let me do that. All right. So now let me run this code again, script again. All right. So let me hit refresh. It will take some time because the thing is that it's also fetching the image assets from the decentralized storages, which are these. So as you can see, what we have done is we have just created small cards for each NFTs, and these cards are displaying image assets at top, then the name of the NFT, then the name of the NFT collection, then some traits for that particular NFT token. So as you can see, you can make similar apps using the QuickNode NFT API. This is just a very, very basic example of how you can create NFT applications using QuickNode's NFT API. You can create your own marketplaces. You can create your um, own galleries. You can create your own analytic tools using QuickNode NFT API. And yeah, that's it from the QuickNode NFT API. And then now I will open the window for Q&A. So if you guys have, or if you folks have any questions about QuickNode as a RPC provider, QuickNode as a Web3 platform, QuickNode's NFT API, token API, or any kinds of chains we support, or any questions in general, feel free to post it in the Twitch chat, and I'll read it and try to answer as many of them as possible. So now let me look at the chat if there is any question. So there is one question which is, can you specify which data you want to be returned? So the thing is that you cannot specify which data you want to be returned, because these are custom methods. So for example, if you are using QuickNode fetch NFTs method, you will get NFTs along with their metadata, right? So the thing is, you can specify a contract address or a collection address. So you can get NFTs for that particular contract. And then there's just pagination. So you can specify how many, how many collections or how much data you want. That's it. I mean, you cannot very much customize it because it's a custom method. And if you want to specify which specific data you want to be returned, you'll have to write a specific script for that and query the QuickNode's base level RPC API for that. I hope that answers the question, Kevin. All right. So let's wait for like another a minute or a few seconds if there's another question. And if there's not, we can move ahead. Um, oh, 1 second. Until you folks are thinking about questions or anything, let me show you the developer or educational content which we provide. You already saw the docs which we provide when I was talking about NFT API and the different types of methods which we have. But apart from just RPC docs or apart from just developer docs, we also have a really, really, really vast arsenal of guides. So these guides are are blog posts, technical blog posts, which will help you create your own applications, which will help you kickstart your journey in Web3. We have guides from different domains. We have guides on Solana development, Ethereum development, SDKs, DeFi, smart contract, security, infrastructure, etc. So you can just go to quicknote.com/guides. I'll paste it in the Twitch chat as well. Or I'll paste it in the Discord. Yeah, Discord is the best place for this. I think there's another question. Um, items available or items redeem. I believe that's the part of the metadata for a particular NFTs collection smart contract. So that right now is not available for Solana, but I think you can do that for Ethereum, because we have like different kinds of methods using which you can get collection details for NFTs collections on Ethereum. But for Solana, we just have two methods, which is fetch NFTs and fetch NFTs by creators. So Wiki Lab, I don't think you can do that on NFT API on Solana. So Kevin has asked about when archiving data while setting up a node, is there a big difference between the size of data stored between full node and prune? Is prune a partial store? I missed that part, sorry. So the thing is that if you wanted to set up your own node, not on QuickNode, but on your own hardware, what you'll have to do is you'll have to initially sync the entire blockchain from the Genesis block, and then you will be able to make your node a prune node or a full archival node. Prune node is basically a full node, and then full archival node is the node which you get, which gives you access to all the data right up till Genesis block. But the full prune node will give you like access to only the recent blocks. For some blockchains, it's 128 blocks. For some blockchains, it's it's 160 blocks. It depends on the type of blockchains, but yeah, the normal nodes which you will see, the full nodes or the prune nodes, will just give you access to recent blocks from the latest block. For example, the latest block is let's say number 200. Then a full node or a prune node will only give you access to 200 minus 128 blocks. So is there extra cost for NFT APIs? Then, so the thing is that no, there's no extra cost for NFT API. All the NFT API methods are included with all the plans. We also have a free plan. So even if you sign up for the free plan, you do get access to the NFT API methods. So there's no extra cost now. And I'll highly recommend all of you to sign up for at least the free plan. Where is the demo code base located? So the demo code base is from a guide which we have on our platform. I'll paste it in the Discord chat. Can you get transfer history and see royalties are paid or not? So the thing is that you do get transfer histories, but I don't think that royalties can be tracked via transfers. Because, for example, if you're doing a transfer via a marketplace, then the amount of royalty which is to be paid to a creator is decided by the creator or the marketplace. So you cannot actually track that. A lot of time it can happen is you do a transfer outside of the marketplace. You do a transfer offline, not essentially offline, but outside of a marketplace. And so during that time, a lot of the times the buyer agrees with the seller to pay them some royalty, and that's off the charts, off the papers. So you cannot actually get the royalties paid or not in the transfer history. You can just get the information about the transfer, like which block it was transferred in, to whom it was transferred to, from whom it was transferred from, and stuff like that. So I'll take this as everyone's questions are done. But even after this, if any of you have any questions, I'm there in the Hackathon's Discord group. If you have any questions, or if you need to know how to use QuickNode, or if you need getting any help for signing up on QuickNode, or if you need any help for integrating QuickNode in your projects, do let me know. I'll be there in the Hackathon Discord. And if you have any feedback after you are using QuickNode, or if you just want to share the love for QuickNode, or if you have any queries, you can always ask me on the Discord. But you can also tag us at QuickNode on Twitter, or Sen Sahil, which is me, SENSHIL on Twitter. So yeah, I think that's it. Thanks everyone for listening, and thanks everyone for tuning into this workshop. And I'll just say all the best for the upcoming hackathon. Thank you so much for the Magic Eden team for setting this up. Thank you so much.
All right.
Hey.